Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC, and this is the FREEWING 80mm version 2 A-10 with the slime lights, my afterburners, and a lot of attitude. Let's take it out the field and get you a flight. I'll meet you out there. Well, this ain't what you call a little bitty light bird. She big. Hey folks, gonna take up the 80mm A-10 version 2 from FREEWING. Got a nice decent west wind just kicked up, and that's okay because this plane doesn't mind the wind at all. She's big, she's heavy, and timer set for 4 minutes 10 seconds. Got the ordnance on. Got the KM model afterburners in there because it's my A-10 and I wanted afterburners, by golly. Think of it as a new experiment in aircraft motors for A-10s. Alright, going into the wind, so we're not going to use flaps.
Starting the fun over.
Okay. Alright, here we go.
Gear tucked away. Time remaining 4 minutes.
It is windy.
Time remaining 3 minutes. The gear is down.
We do a gear pass real quick. All right, my gear is down for sure.
Right. Cruise mode.
Kept it on the runway. Well, almost. Might actually use flaps this time landing. Love them lights. Alright, we're going into the wind though. Definitely don't need flaps for takeoff.
Gear tucked away.
Take it up.
The gear is down.
Alright, I'll come by dirty.
Landing flaps. Time remaining 1 minute. up. Landing flaps. 30 seconds. Seconds.
There. Little grass landing for y'all.
10. Flaps up. Brake. Cruise mode.
I love them landing lights.
The jets are cooled.
All right, 4 seconds left of total time. Check our batteries, both of them. The only thing I've modded other than giving a KM model afterburner is the antenna mod to grab a hold of the hatch. That way I'm not digging at the sides of the hatch with my fingernails. Got a 10 channel Lemon RX stabilized receiver in there, which I don't have the stabilization turned on because the guard system handles the stabilization. First battery, 34%. Second battery is running the afterburner, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be like 32%. It does draw just a touch more. %, so pretty close, pretty darn close. Alrighty. Like I say, we'll meet you back at the man cave. We'll go over the rates, flap settings, everything I did. And don't forget, folks, that Faith, Family, and Friends. That's the A-10 version 2 from FREEWING. Absolutely great flying plane. God bless y'all, and we'll meet you back there. Bye-bye. Well, hey, folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we had a little flight out there with the A-10. Had a great time with her. Got her back here at the man cave. Let's go over everything about the plane, rates, and all that kind of good jazz. All right, while I got her up, let's go ahead and go over CG. Okay, CG you can actually feel underneath the wing. I can't remember where it's at. And I'm sorry I don't have, there it is. I don't have the actual numbers on me. I may have it written underneath the plane. It's hard, this plane, you'll just have to trust me that where I show you the batteries at, that you'll get CG. This is not a light plane. Let me see if I have it written down. No, I don't have it written down. All right, real quick, if you see underneath the wings, see them hard, I don't know if you can see it or not, the pegs. They're little plastic pegs that hold the wing in, okay? And you press them in, and they're solid gray. When they're pressed in, the wing is secure. If the wing's not secure, they're hanging out. You'll see a little bit of white section. White means don't fly. They've got to be all the way seated in order for the wing to be securely on there. All right, but to get you that CG, since I can't tell you, this is just, it's so big trying to maneuver this in here. If you put your two 5,000s where they meet together, one here and one there, and to show you where they're at, you can see I got in the very front battery closest to the bottom here. You can see it's in the middle of the strap, and the same thing with the back battery, it's in the middle of the strap, and they're just butt up together to each other. All right, got a 10-channel Lemon RX receiver in there. It's stabilized receiver, but I don't have that turned on because I let the guard system, which is that little green box, or you can't see it, or black and green box, you can't see it right now. I'll let it control the guard system, or let the stabilization of the plane. Now, out of the box, you only get wind stabilization. You don't get, hold on just a second. push that back a little bit. You don't get self-leveling, but you would need the Blue Bridge, which I have one. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Yeah, this right here, the Blue Bridge device. And what it is, the guard system there, you plug this in well, by way of a USB cable. I think that's how you plug it into. Yeah, you do. You plug it in, and then by USB and a phone app, you can go in there and change the parameters and everything of the self-leveling and their wind mitigation. So that's entirely up to you. I haven't done it yet. You could activate self-leveling if you wanted to do that with the Blue Ridge, but you'll need that device. That's about $12, $11, $12, so not terrible. But I don't have, you know, AS3X as far as Spectrum protocols or Spectrum receivers. I have Lumen RX, which go off of Spectrum protocols. Let me change our camera view just a touch. Actually, more like this. And this way, I'm going to turn the plane around. I'm going to show you the rates that I flew in, if I can. I'll also give you and hear that here. All right. The only gyro that's working is that nose wheel gyro. And folks, that nose wheel gyro comes with the plane. They don't advertise it. It's part of the part of that control box they have. And it's a nice feature. There's nothing wrong with your steering servo. You're saying, well, people are saying, oh, something wrong with my steering servo. No, that is their onboard nose gyro that they just included. They didn't tell anybody about it. So, all right, you can kind of see that outward aileron over there. Let's go over I only flew in my high rates and I flew with the ordnance on. I'll be honest, I can't tell the difference flying this thing with or without ordnance. And so I'm going to leave it on. That's what, know where it's at. All right, told you about CG, which I'm sorry, I'll have it in the description of the video and other videos, the actual numbers, but it's on the bottom of the wing. Trust me, put your 5,000s there, you'll get your CG. She's actually very forgiving on CG. All right, my flap systems, which there is a small amount of flap mix needed, but not much at all. Flaps up are 100%. Takeoff flaps are 0%. And landing flaps are a negative 50%. Okay? Takeoff flaps, you've got a 5% down elevator. And landing, you've got a 10% down elevator. And it's very almost unnoticeable. But it goes down. If you look very closely at that elevator, you can see it move ever so slightly. Okay? 2-second deployment on the flaps, and those flap settings work great, and that's by the book. All right? Now, the rates on this plane is actually very, very simple. Let's go over the rudder first. I only have one rate. I think I only have one rate on my rudder. Yeah, just one rate on my rudder, and that's 100% throws, 30% expo, and that's it. Okay? Now, on my aileron, my high rates are 100%, 30% expo. Okay. My mid rates are 90. And you guessed it, my low rates are 80. Okay. Elevator. Low rate 80.
Mid rates.
Guess, you'll never guess it. 90% for mid rate.
High rates.
And 100% with 30% expo on high rate. Okay. And that's that. The gear is extremely robust. It can take grass landings, pavement, runway, geotech, whatever you got. This thing don't care. Okay? You've got that much clearance over the ground with the ordnance on. So you guys got a rough grass field, you ain't gonna have any problem. This thing doesn't even know it's on grass. On the maiden, second, third flights, I took off on grass. It had no hesitation whatsoever. It took right off. Today I landed in the grass, if I remember right, but that's all I did. No problem whatsoever. You've got lights, you got the slime lights. I, of course, installed my KM model afterburner in there because I love KM model afterburners and I wanted them on my A-10, and that's just the way it is. Real quick, let's turn some lights out real quick and you can enjoy take a look at how bright everything gets. Let me show off these lights. I got to move the camera because I got to get past you. Turn some lights out. All right. Now you can take a look. Now it's a little bit darker in here. At these beautiful slime lights, the landing lights. Those great. Those two there. Or there are three of them there. Or two of them there. That nose wheel gyro working. Of course, you got them slime lights on the tail. I mean, this thing is decked out, packing for bear, and it's just one awesome, awesome plane. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I mean, we pretty well covered it, and this video will not do justice just how bright these lights are. Really, it won't do justice. I'll have all the actual numbers of everything in the description of the video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. God bless y'all. Let me move this camera again to where you can see. Well, anyways, the only thing I still got to add a clear coat to this. I'm going to be using, instead of the actual gloss, I'm going to be using a satin finish. I did put the zip tie through here to grab a hold of the battery hatch. I mean, you got plastic cladding everywhere on this thing. It's very well protected. It's a great flying plane. Set your timer for 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Fly the way you want. You'll come back with, I think I had 30% left on both, maybe 33% left on both batteries. So, but you are going to have two batteries, two big 5,000s. I've only ran 5,000s in this thing, and she's quick. She's got some momentum to her. She'll get going, but she's also, the wind, unless you're flying in a hurricane, this thing can handle the wind no problem at all. And I'm just very pleased. But she's big, okay? But 2 buttons, slide out, 1 ribbon container or 1 ribbon connector, and the 2 wing spars. I keep the wing spars inside the fuse. There's enough room for them to slide in there. And then I just keep this as 3-piece. I keep the fuselage and that Gatling gun in the front, what I need to do is try to come up with a way to download a sound file that I can incorporate into the switch, like I do all my other stuff, some way to make that sound file over, and that way when I hit the gun, you know, instead you'll hear that burp, burp sound. So that's what I need to do. You can't see the gun right now because it's over here, but all right, well, thank you for watching. God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and this is the FreeWing A-10 version 2. Bye, y'all, and God is good.